we left the dishwasher completely full. Let's have a look at the game called A House of Many Doors. And first we need the background to go silent. And get the game music on. Some jumpy frame rates here. That's weird. And this is not Star Trek. Oh, that's me. That's not the game. I mean, it's half what we need. Welcome back. Let's have a look. How are you now? Aha! There you go. A House of Many Doors. Fix it! Take care of stuff. So, he's got a key. You see that? That means he's prepared for all the doors. Now I'm prepared. So here's to the next two games. Round about 1 hour each. If that is at all possible. My usual time spent per game, if it's not bad, is 1 hour 40 minutes. Or more. I increased the text size to large. If that's not large enough, we have extra large and extra extra large. So, you see, difficulty can be set to enjoyable or bad idea. I like those. It's just the two settings. Enjoyable or bad idea. Bad idea is improved enemy AI and enemy weapons and armor are improved. Since I don't know how tough the game is as it is, I would just leave it at enjoyable. Volume will stay like it is unless you complain. A House of Many Doors. Kane, welcome. Good morning. Good to see you again. What? A gruesome headache. Broken glass crunches behind your eye. Two concerned faces swim into view. Can you remember your name? Asks the bolder of the two. Oh, well, this is different. Yeah, you have to do that. I mean, Captain. Nemo. Are you happy with that choice? Captain Nemo, think carefully. It will be with you for a while. Yes. Good. The bald-headed man sits back. Rutherford. His name comes to you in a flash. You raise your fingers to your temple and brush over a rough bandage. Somewhere beneath you can feel a tender hole in your skull, still oozing. Bandits, says the other man. Monobrow. Bradley is his name. Ambushed us, boarded us, and took a memory right out of your head. Oh, that reminds me of another game. I've got 3 dialogue options here. Looking at sanity, fuel, and hull, and gold. It's More Day, 2nd of Broach, 1823. Where are we? You're in the house, says Bradley. The captain is disoriented, not an idiot. Rutherford turns to you. We're out in the darkness, just a few rooms west of the city of Keys. We didn't get far. Oh, that's kind of abstract. Ah, so that's how you do it, huh? Cut me up. There's no mutiny aboard this ship. Ah! Ah! You know, Pete will not be happy with your choice. Pete, protect me. So what is the house? Rutherford and Bradley exchange brief, worried glances. Must have dislodged something when they yanked the memory out, mutters Rutherford. The house is a parasite dimension, says Bradley. A what now? Endless dark rooms and locked doors. It steals things and people from other worlds. Ah, yes. All coming back to you now. What happened to my head? Did you know? Rutherford laughs. That's how they get the memories out. He mimes a drill. Pete has no legs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe he has to hide. He will get shy if you're nasty. Don't make him shy. Yeah, I get it. Why are we out here? Exploration, says Bradley. He pauses. You had some damn fool notion about escaping the house. Impossible, of course, but a question that had gnawed at your soul for years, nevertheless. One day, you bought a kinetopede of your own, a clanking train on mechanical legs, hired a ragtag crew, and launched yourself into darkness. That's the train. A kinetopede. A memory was stolen from you. You are curious as to why. Bradley smashes his fist into his palm. We'll chase them down and hang them. Steady on, says Rutherford. You're in no condition to go chasing down miscreants, Captain Nemo. I want to make sure your brain wasn't too badly damaged. Let me ask you some questions about your past. You can take this opportunity to establish your backstory. Feel free to skip this now and come back later. No. I don't want to skip it. I want to skip character creation. Ooh, choices. A mirror. Care to inspect the damage? Rutherford hands you a looking glass. Choose a portrait. This is you. I can't see a pirate. Is there a pirate? Where's the pirate? That's Robin Hood with a ladle. That's a tiger with a fez. I like that. An adventurer. Oh! A bandaged face stares back from the mirror. You lift the cloth and gaze at the puckered crater above your ear. It's about the size of a penny. Childhood. Wise decision, Rutherford sits opposite a notepad in front of him. Tell me about your childhood. You had your own little niche in the tangled ecosystem of the City of Keys. What was it? Aha! Oh, options, options, options. Orphan. Gives you guts extra 10 points. And it will impact the story. Apprentice. Increases craft. No, graft. Not craft. Graft by 10. The heir. Start with extra 500 guineas. Not gold, guineas. The urchin. Guile increased by 10. Esoterica by 10 increased. Insight, spirit, grit, and vigilance. To pick one, to pick one, to pick. This is not an easy one. Well, a tree pirate. Pirate tree. It's pirate tree. No, that doesn't work. Guts. We've got guts. You grew up in Orphan's Town, a pale waif in iron shackles, abandoned to the tender care of the matrons and the perilous machinery of the factory. You need to be tough to survive to adulthood and freedom. And your professional life? You grew up, of course, as children sometimes do. Your childhood slipped away and you earned your keep as a detective, a soldier, a scholar, clergy, A crook, an industrialist, a miner, an adventurer. An adventurer. Maybe you left that way of life in disgrace. Maybe you retired in honor. Maybe you simply got bored. It doesn't matter. The fact you left is what is important. Your work cannot have wholly been your life, says Rutherford. What was the other claim on your time? Ah, fisticuffs. You have been the champion of the city's bare-knuckle fighting scene for 3 years running. No. Debauchery, drugs, alcohol. Gambling? Nah. Socializing. Schmoozing. Playing politics. I think it's schmoozing, not smoozing. Schmoozing. Sketching. You have an artist's eye, and you make quick and accurate sketches of any interesting sights you come across. Good news, says Rutherford. Your brain is mostly intact. Lodgings unlocked. Your lodgings can be found in the City of Keys. Gain 3 fragments of Epiphany. Guinea says means is an offensive way of implying that Italian Americans are non-white. What? I don't... What? Whatever memory they took from you must have been important, says Bradley. Let's get it back. It's probably just a memory of happier days, says Rutherford, bored. Memory thieves can sell that sort of thing for a fortune on the black market. Not worth risking our lives over. Hey, peer pressured, welcome aboard. Happy Halloween. You still look a little woozy, Captain. Do you want us to help you get back up to speed with the day-to-day running of things? Yes, tutorial. Bradley nods. The last we saw of the memory thieves, they were heading directly north of here. Probably up to Clayton's Mill to sell your memory on the black market. Thank you very much. Concerns updated. I have a collection of concerns. That's awesome. Perhaps we can catch them. The memory may not even be worth retrieval, of course. How would you know? What? Pause the game. Options? No. Notes. Concerns. Recollection. Okay, my main concern is that thieves stole a memory from me. I've got 3 fragments of Epiphany. You felt yourself on the verge of some great transcendent understanding, only to lose everything but a few scraps of imagery. Yet these paltry remnants are startling, vivid. Stability in the City of Keys. The higher its stability, the further the city is from teetering into anarchy. Relations. Bishop Landman, Sandy Brackett, Finnegan Skip, Tybalt Balsamic IV, Bradley Baggs, Panorama Vault. What a nice name. Rutherford and Viola Knox. A chief engineer you have employed. She treats you with unabashed disdain. The crew is not in order. The crew is not in order. Miss Knox, straighten yourself up. Distinctions. Keybearer. About a 10th of humans in the City of Keys are born holding a small key in their pudgy hands, a key to one of the house's many locked doors. You were one of them. It was promptly confiscated by the governor's men. And I just realized I could increase this to extra large. So you might be able to read it yourself. Still a bit small. Right? It's still a bit small. I can just read the small text. So, that's my background. Orphan, adventurer, sketching. That's the kinetopede. This one. It has an engine, a weapon bay 3, 4, 1 and 2. Armor, legs, and a trophy. Oh, there are no shops nearby. I've got cargo, capacity 50. Dust and silence. Darkness hems you in. The house seems as vast as uncaring as ever. Pump the engines, shine the lights, resume your journey. Press W to move forward and S to reverse. Press A and D to turn left and right. angered by crowds. One of your crew is whistling. The tune is naggingly familiar. Oh, the notes are cool. Can I? Where do I see the notes? Because they're writing them down all the time. It's a bit of a small window here. This is a map. The City of Keys, Kennedy Yard, the City of Knives, City of Angels, City of Bridges, of Engines, and of Masks. Recenter. Look at that! Your heart light slows the rate at which your sanity drops. You can turn it off to hide from other vehicles and save fuel, but beware, there are things the light keeps at bay. This is very unexpected. What's this? What the hell was that? So I went east, so on the map I get to this spot, okay. Your navigator will sometimes update the map with nearby locations. This happens more often if you have a high insight stat. The Record Keeper. Bradley Baggs. A fat round-faced man with glaring eyes and off-putting monobrow, yeah, and a terrible temper. He grunts in annoyance as you approach and bristles his brow in your direction. Stop! Stop with the flying shadows. I could flirt a bit with the bad-tempered guy. "15 apprehensions." What are apprehensions? So they all have their own inventory and concerns? No. It's just the keys are different. The surgeon. Rutherford is the surgeon, okay. A sour, grey-faced man who drinks 2 bottles of whiskey a day and smokes like a chimney. He's not gonna last for long. So I can increase my main attributes by spending apprehensions on my crew. And you can engage in the flirting or ask them about a topic of their choice. We are definitely near Waker's Respite now, or Respite. Why is this so small? Does it need to be so small? I wanted map updated. The upper deck crew are important characters with faces and names and unique stories. Talk to them and spend apprehensions to increase your stats. The lower deck crew will help you in combat and die horribly on your behalf. Recruit more upper and lower deck crew at any of the cities. This is definitely a weird game. There's a finger. Why is there a finger? But the confines of the rooms are obvious. That's good to know. Oh. Your stats have a huge impact on gameplay. Grit, Guts, Insight, Spirit, Graph, Guile, Vigilance, Esoterica, and Apprehensions. I don't like that the notes speed through. I don't know. I don't get that. What's this? That's another thingy. Go away. The memory thieves. You recognize the kinetopede instantly. It's much sleeker than your own cobbled together mess. They are not trying to run, they are barreling straight toward you. Lacks all a skitter. A test of spirit. Maybe they listen to reason. No. Combat. Combat. Player turn distance. Combat is turn-based. Queue up your actions now and they will play out at the end of your turn. Click on your guns below and aim them at the enemy. You need a crew member in the weapon bay to fire the guns. Xenophon keys. Filling in Skip. Skippy. Viola Knox. Bradley Bags. The captain. I've got a helmet on and a star on my chest. Cool. Blinky Susan. 35-pound long gun. Cannot flee. I've got 60 hull, I've got 150. What do I shoot? The gunner? The gunner. Oh, this is a bit of FTL there. Let's shoot the gunner. What else can I do? Oh, that's real time. I have to be safe. Moving one of your crew or aiming a weapon uses up one action. You only have 4 actions per turn, so choose carefully. I wanted him to go there. That was a hit. The gun is damaged. I've got 3 actions now. They're sending the engineer in. Oh, hit the engine pretty hard. He doesn't need to be a target. They're shooting the surgeon. But why? Oh, he's already helping, okay. Ah, so they have an influence area and they work their magic there. Whatever my magic is. Come on, kill their gunner. I missed. Can I move those guys before they get hit? No. A light bearer. I think we're good. We missed the slippery bugger. Yeah, indeed. We did. We destroyed the slippery bugger. Stop! The radio crackles into life. We'll give you your memory back. Just let us go, please. Decisions! I want revenge. The enemy kinetopede buckles and bursts under the weight of your artillery, splitting like an overripe pear. Columns of smoke reach the ceiling. Peeking through the charred wreckage, you manage to pull free a battered memory box. Hopefully it's got the right memory inside it. Gain 1 box of your memories. Also gain 10 apprehensions. Onward! You can check the box at your leisure. Apprehensions, the sum total of what you've learned about the house, facts, secrets, fears. Use them to increase your stats or make progress in the main story. How do you gain apprehensions? Find new places, write poetry, complete quests. What? Write poetry? Somebody went to great trouble to take this from you. How do I use it? Click, 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 click. It doesn't work. Attach the nozzle to the hole in your skull and crank the handle. Ugh. A blood-red mountain, gazing down at you with one hideous bile yellow eye, a motionless clock, blood seeping through the wall behind it. A hard-faced woman at the window, with a key in her hand. Whose memories are these? Not yours, certainly. They don't fit with any of the others in your head. You had expected to complete a jigsaw. Instead, you found a piece from a different puzzle. The theft was an orchestrated affair. If you can hunt down the mastermind, perhaps you will learn more. The concerns got updated, and I gained an empty memory box. The thieves had been fleeing to Clayton's Mill. Perhaps you should start there. Darkness same as you in the house seems as vast and uncaring as ever. Pump the engines, shine the lights. Things to do. Wait. Let's talk to the surgeon about the missing whiskey. As you walk into his surgery, Rutherford hastily shoves a half-empty bottle under the table. What's the matter? He asks, struggling to focus his gaze. You stub your toe or something? Next time you want whiskey, just ask. Alright, boss. He's so struck by your kindness that he apparently needs a drink to celebrate, but he fumbles and it smashes on the floor. Ah, piss, he says, swaying gently. With excruciating difficulty, he lights himself a cigarette. We have a casualty. Need an urgent whiskey transplant if we are to save the patient. I'd better go to the cargo and see what I can find. He shambles back sometime later with a bottle in each hand. I know, he chuckles. Ambitious. Thought we could share. Let's have a drink then. You sit in silence for a while, passing the bottle back and forth. You're not the worst boss I ever had, says Rutherford. Not even in the bottom 10. He swigs. Did I ever tell you the story about how I lost my license? It does remind me a bit of Dr. Zed. It's a kinetipede train. Spoonfed Badger. Sorry that I saw your question so late. Rutherford gathers himself, puts the bottle to one side and takes a deep draw on his cigarette. Where do I start, he mutters. I had a doctor before my name once. Not exactly a respected physician, but at least I had a license. Unfortunately, I had an attack of conscience, you see? What do you mean? If their patients are poor enough and powerless enough, the association steals their heart, leaving the patient with a shorter life expectancy and a hollow rib cage, but still alive somehow, through occult interventions, I suspect. What did they need the hearts for? He laughs darkly. It's a nice little money earner. Sell him to the factory. He nods in the vague direction of your kinetopede's heart line. How do you think they make those things? Pig's hearts? No, it needs to be human. It needs to be alive. Okay. What can we do about this? Well, I went to the City Watch, but they just locked me up. Then Holdsworth, the chairman of the association, came to the cell, offered me a lot of money to keep quiet. So of course I took it, because what am I, an idiot? He knocks back another nip of whiskey. His face is blotched and he's slurring his words. I'll leave him for now. He keels over and keeps drinking on the floor, okay. So that did increase my relation with the weird surgeon guy. I'm not sure what increasing the relation really does for you. Exhaustion. You slave over your journals and notes, scraps of poetry, places you've been, people you've met. You fall asleep at your desk, tormented. I wake with paper stuck to my face. A peaceful sleep for once. Okay, I don't really get why that is happening. What's that? You can't just visit locations like that. Oh. Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, so next up is the City of Angels, but I wanted to go to Clayton's Mill. Where's that? Is it there? Maybe. City of Angels first, then. Ooh, pretty. A city of glorious light and marble. There are more churches here than you can count, and the whole horizon is domes and spires. Don't raise your gaze too high, the angels watch from above. New location visited, gain 3 apprehensions. Yay! Gather news, repair your hull. Repair your hull, it is. A prospective passenger waves you down at the station. Wander the streets. Advertise for a new crew member. A test of vigilance. It takes you a long time to find someone standing out in the open. The young woman looks at you in fright as you ask her for the truth of recent events. She hasn't heard much, but it's enough. Her eyes scan the skies furiously as she speaks. You passed a vigilance challenge. Gained 1 current affairs. City of Angels. Okay. Save the game. This is a weird game. I'm not really sure what it does. But it has similarities to Sunless Sea. Gained 1 human passenger bound for Scornvaunt. Take your human passenger captive. Wander the streets. A young man stumbles down the street, his eyes raised fearfully to the ceiling. You catch him before he runs directly into you. The coolness of his skin immediately informs you that he's a ghoul, recently risen too. He does not seem to have decayed even slightly. Help, he gasps. They're after me. They want me dead again. There are shouts in the distance. You need to keep an eye out for angels. A tough challenge. Success is unlikely. Nah. I can't help. Sorry. The ghoul tears at its skin in frustration and dashes away. Moments later, several white-clad figures barge past you, evidently in close pursuit. New crew members. Days or weeks or months in a scuttling tin can surrounded by strangers of questionable morality and a significant risk of death or worse. Who wouldn't want to join your expedition? Yay! You hope the new prospects don't question why you are in constant need of a new crew. You can put up a poster by the Kinetopede station, which is cheap but ineffective. Or you could bribe a priest to read your advertisement during the service, which will cast a wide net and doubtless attract prospects, but will be moderately expensive. Renting a wall space will cost you 10 guineas and your self-respect. A crew member with +5, with 5 or more relationship can contact an old friend. I can't do that yet. That's Pete. There, sorry. I can always confuse the directions. And he bites. He bites. Let's put up a poster. I mean... You put up a poster on a wall in the North Station. It's already plastered with scrap of paper, some of them torn and yellow with age. You try to find a prominent spot. You wait for one day. Who will respond? A guard lives down in the lower decks, provides protection, looms menacingly. Or Nicholas Verdant. Oh, he will replace my current lookout. Can I? Finnegan skip. +1 vigilance. This one gives +8 and +3 grit. How does that help? I need to know more about my current crew. Let's just try it. I want to know if +1 is all that Finnegan does. Okay. So, new crew member. Damn, that's an upgrade. Extra vigilance 7 and +3 grit on top. Which direction we go? Ghoul Watch? No. Let's pour over the map. Leighton's Mill. That's east. That is Pete the Parrot. PT. Go west. Where am I now? West of the City of Angels. Okay, so let's continue. What the hell is this? It looks like a scorpion. Go away. Does he follow me? No. How do I refuel? And why is that red? A cairn. A tower of haphazardly heaped stones, entombing some ancient hero from another world. Not risking a curse. Yeah, we are near Clayton's Mill, I know that. I went there on purpose. Partly a town, partly a fortress, and partly one vast tavern, a creaking wooden monument built in defiance of the truism that crime doesn't pay. A shanty village, mostly composed of rusting kinetopedes converted into houses or brothels, surrounds the great building at the center of the room. Lopsided and absurd, Clayton's Mill is huger than a cathedral, belching smoke and spinning a dozen blades. It bristles like a porcupine with heavy-duty artillery, though you suspect that any one of these great cannons going off would cause the whole edifice to collapse. The journey to Clayton's Mill is a pilgrimage for thieves, pirates, and parrots. Damn, I need to learn the direction thing with the camera, that's not easy. Yeah, he's keeping an eye on you guys. Future? They can also drink and fight and kill each other without comment or consequence. In the mill itself, liquor flows eternal, although Clayton Canker himself is rarely seen in public these days. The memory thieves were heading here. Relax and recover. This will cost you 25 guineas and recover some of your sanity. Be careful, drinking at the mill can be dicey and you will need to remain watchful, but I'm watchful. A brief respite. You attract a few snarls and stares as you approach the bar, but there are no serious incidents. You befriend a mercenary captain. One of your crew has an ethical debate with a drug smuggler and you buy the whole bar a round of drinks to keep them sweet. When you finally stagger upstairs and collapse into one of the mill's flea-ridden beds, your sleep is peaceful and untroubled by nightmares. Only by itching and by a rough-looking fellow who lingers a little too long by your room's open doorway. You sit up in bed and show him your pistol, and he slinks away as though aggrieved by your mistrust. I passed a vigilance challenge, my sanity recovers slightly, and I spent one day in Clayton's Mill. Hugest? Did I say huger? Hopefully not. Would be larger. You now have a splitting headache. Yay! Clayton's Mill is usually a cacophony of shouts and raucous laughter. The occasional spirited evacuation of bodily fluids. But when you approach today, the windows are shuttered. Clayton Canker himself is behind the bar, a giant upper half of a man teetering atop clunky mechanical legs. He rubs a glass with a rag and eyes you carefully. But your attention is occupied by the room's other occupant, a woman whose face is covered by bright, sharp steel. Captain Nemo, she says coolly. Coolly? Please sit. Huger than the cathedral. But normally you don't say huger, do you? Yes, you do say larger. I sit down. Clayton clanks over, gas whistling from his pneumatic knees, and pours you a glass of beer-like liquid. Her iron beak is distinctive, and finally you recognize her. Lady Stymphalian, a noblewoman from the City of Masks. You'd expect to meet her at a high society ball, not seated behind a horribly stained table in Clayton's mill. I did not expect my men to survive, in truth, she says. They knew they were martyrs. I came here not to meet them, but to meet you. Yeah, that's what she says. Why did you send your men to steal my memory? We didn't care about which memory we stole, she says. We switched the memory boxes, you see. The memory you reclaimed was not your own. So I've got a new memory now. Clocks and red mountains. What does it mean? Why fill my head with that? That memory has, well, the word infected is apt but unnecessarily negative, says Lady Stymphalian. It has altered you. We were blocked from you before, thanks to the machinations of your governor, but now we have a door into your head. You see, we are very interested in your search for an escape from the house, Captain Nemo. Watch for us in your dreams. She stands and begins to put on her black-laced gloves. I have explained as much as I care to. Understand that both of us are minor pieces in a very old game. Understand also that I have far less faith in you than my masters, and I believe things will end the same as always. I gained one unsettling conjecture. Okay. This is definitely a game where I can learn new words. Threaten her with blackmail. Demand she tell you more. I'll let her go. What do I care about her? She tosses a purse of coins on the table. You had only one path ahead of you before, she says. Now you have a second. Darker, less traveled. She nods to you and then to Clayton Canker behind the bar. He nods back respectfully. I do not expect to meet you again, she tells you. Sweet dreams. 100 guinea, 10 apprehensions, and a recollection. The concern is concluded. And with that, she leaves. Clayton Canker shuffles from window to window, opening the shutters, and the clientele trickle back one by one. Guinea and Huger. Hugger. Hugeness. What is Guinea? I mean, is it even pronounced that way?
Guinea.
It is. Zoological, it's a guinea pig. Geological, it's
Guinea.
Guinea, exactly. That's something different.
Equatorial Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
Das Perlhuhn.
That would be a Guinea fowl. Special kind of chicken. Ah. Okay. The Urban Dictionary is a weird place. All right. I can gather news. People around here aren't terribly fond of answering questions. Bribery might help you avoid getting beaten up. Too clever. Clayton's Karcher, information broker, was spotted exchanging words and goods with agents of the clandestine. The Hangnot mob are reportedly outraged by this violation of the mill's vaunted neutrality. Okay, let's save the game. This is a weird game. I'm not sure what to think about it. I mean, you can upgrade your centipede thing to look for memories in a house with many doors. It plays nicely. It has the weirdness has good atmosphere, and the bats are freaking me out. Seriously, freaking me out. Everything that shines red is an interaction. It's a ruined pub. Success is unlikely. It's a tough challenge. Let's go onward. And the map seems to be very large, so there's a lot to see.
I'm so close to the edge of my seat that the chair is practically irrelevant at this point.
Right, the map seems to be pretty large, and yeah. Those guys always seem to copy my movements. Yeah, you will not get me. I'm quick. I'm ultra quick. I'm not yet sure how to refuel my centipede. Kinetipede, sorry. Oh, come on, Pete, you need to sleep. What's with the beach bubble? Oops. Tonight you dream of gold leaf trees, boughs that drip sparkling filigree, blue skies above and grass underfoot, shining fruit so bright you mustn't look long. You have never seen anything so beautiful. An unfortunate place to find a corpse. She's hanging impaled by 8 spears, blood-crusted hair hides her face, and the tree behind is splattered red. As you step closer to examine her, she lifts her clouded eyes to meet yours. Finally, she says. A smile quirks the corner of her decayed lips. The years turn, we meet again. Nice to meet you, Persephone. The name comes in a flash, you aren't sure how you know it. Pleased to meet you too, Captain Nemo, says Persephone. She lifts one hand carefully and brushes some of the hair from her face. Blood drips. Apologies for my appearance, I have been indisposed for a few thousand years. She pauses, grimacing, to pull at one of the spears lodged through her. It does not budge. You are seeking a way to escape the house, and I know how, but in return you have to help me. How can I help you? Come and find me. Take me down from here. I want to escape just like you. And I can help if you just free me from these damn spears. The fruits around her head are glowing like miniature suns. Where are you? Her words are becoming more difficult to hear as though she's speaking across a yawning abyss. The orchards, she says, this is where, but the rest is inaudible. The light burns your eyes, you look away. Persephone is a shimmering silhouette. It's called A House of Many Doors, and it's an exploration abstract game about memories, dreams, with nice background music and an interesting mix of mechanics. That's as much as I can say about it, because it's the first time I'm playing it. But everything I read about it was interesting. So it's you could compare it to Sunless Sea. Also abstract, nice presentation, exploration, gameplay, relaxed game. Yeah, I mean it's chill and chilling at the same time. Because I think you will uncover very gruesome things. I gained one portentous dream and updated a dream of trees. We will meet again, she promises, as the light of 1,000 stars strips you to the bone. When you understand more, keep exploring, keep writing, learn and grow and dream of me again. You wake in bed, the sheets drenched in sweat, and your eyes still hurt. And that one is going straight for me. Yeah. Some unsavory types. They aren't bandits, the captain explains through the crackle of the radio. They just patrol the area, protecting fellow travelers. Her crew readies their artillery. It's only fair, she explains, that you pay them a tax for passing through such a safe and bandit-free room. If you refuse, and here she sighs, they assume you're a bandit and act accordingly. Best to hand over the money. No way. Flee. She probably has a very powerful Kinetipede. Ah, mine is tougher. So let's shoot the gun again. That worked pretty good last time. I could try the engine. Nah, no. Why are there... two Captain Nemos? Oh, it was just overlapping, okay. Turn-based combat, by the way. And that's the distance between the two Kinetipedes. So if you shoot out their engine, you can probably get away. I can advance and retreat, that's also an option. Advance. They are getting closer. Distance represents how far away the enemy is. Click the arrow buttons below to advance or retreat. But remember, this costs an action. When you are under 50 meters from the enemy, they can send their guards to board you, or you can do the same to them. Your weapons are also more accurate when distance is lower. Budding? What's budding? And where do they enter? Dum, dum, dum. And who's putting out the fire, by the way? Who does that? Junior engineer, maybe. Ah, they missed. Ah. Let's try to put out the fire with the engineer. And get some distance. Oh, he killed the fire, and now his health went down quite a bit. Ah, another miss. Perfect. So you're gonna heal him? Come on, we get their gun. Let's get their gun. Is it not destroyed? And they just want to board me. We don't want that. Damn. And their hull has just 7 points left, so there goes. Got them. Your artillery tears the enemy kinetopede to ribbons. Plumes of ash and smoke stretch to the ceiling. Time to see if there's anything left to salvage. You live to fight again. Is there anything left to salvage? You pick amongst the blackened remains. Surely something has survived. Success! You pull from the wreckage a crate of Fargyle whiskey. I know who's going to be happy about this. Tybalt approaches you after the battle. The wreckage of the enemy vehicle sprawls before you like the guts of some disemboweled iron god. Tybalt approaches you with 2 wide eyes, clutching his helmet with shaking hands. That was horrible, he whispers. I never... He pauses, then holds his helmet up to his face like a bucket and is violently sick into it. The relationship with my new spotter just went bad. Oh no, he's not the new spotter. Nicholas is the new spotter, okay. Pudding? Pudding. Tybalt has requested that you jump out and occasionally scare him to help toughen him up and improve his reflexes. What? You leap around the corner and shout at Tybalt. He faints immediately and must be revived with smelling salts. It's over. He makes you promise you'll keep doing this. Alright, that's just silly. Oh, rum pudding. Yeah. Not too bad. So where on the map are we now? Let's go to the City of Bridges and switch games. And I will leave you the decision if this is something enjoyable or not. I will leave that decision in your own hands. Yeah, because I think this is what happens in this game. You just explore and find out what's happening, get the story, improve your crew, improve your kinetopede. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I think it's good. The game doesn't want to be anything else. Discover the memories. Prepare for the next run, I guess. And yeah, can discover all the cities and quests and people. I think the interaction with the crew is pretty interesting. It's nice. A lot of writing there also. If you're not into reading, this might not be your game. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not up everyone's alley, that is for sure. A lot of people would just say, okay, no, that's not for me. And I know why, and that's perfectly fine, because I have some games that I look at and more or less instantly know that's not for me. But yeah, if you don't mind reading, for streaming it's not the best game because it's a lot of reading. Not yours then. I will save it and continue playing it, I guess. So yeah, that was A House of Many Doors, a very weird thing. But yeah, I think it's not too bad. Next up is Solarix. Solarix, yeah, that's what it's called. So I'm also not sure about Solarix. We'll see. We'll have a look. I'll be back in roughly 15 minutes. Because I'm not sure how to set it up. I haven't play tested it, so just fingers crossed that it will work. I'm pretty sure it will, but yeah, no guarantees. So thank you for watching House of Many Doors. I hope you will stay for a next look at another game. 50 minutes? Impossible! So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Take care. If you're gonna leave, have a nice evening, have a nice Halloween, and see you soon. This is Captain Emo signing off for a game switch. See you in a bit.